Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Legends of Another World, Curse of Saria. This is a bonus episode in which I'm going to start a new game from the beginning and try to get past the first few bosses while staying at low levels. After we get past this cutscene. So Tara starts at level 2, Liana at level 1, and it is possible to avoid levelling up simply by escaping from every encounter. Like Final Fantasy IX, the bosses in this game give AP but no experience, so it's possible to remain at whatever level you want and level up only when you choose. Unlike Final Fantasy IX, the bosses in this game are designed to be difficult for a party that's at expected levels for that point in the game, and so most are completely impossible to beat if you remain at the minimum level. So I will have to do a certain amount of levelling up in this run, but I'm going to try to do as little as possible. The very first two bosses, Stealth Snake and Phantom, are perfectly easy to beat without gaining any levels at all. So I'm going to escape from all encounters until I reach the Stealth Snake, and I'm going to see you there. One thing is that escaping does not always work, and when it fails that means the enemies get a turn to attack you. But the first dungeon is so short that you really should not need to use items to heal at all. This is the current state of my party members when I reach the save crystal, which fully recovers my strength. And you may remember that the Stealth Snake was used for the tutorial battle for escaping, so we were told that we can't take this out at our initial levels, but in fact it's pretty much just as easy to do this as it is to beat it at slightly higher levels. All you need to do is inflict darkness and silence as early as possible and reapply them when they wake up, and the snake is pretty much harmless. It can sometimes hit you in spite of darkness, but then just use a Phoenix Tears to revive. At initial levels it will one-shot either of your characters, but with a bit of luck that won't happen, and you can easily get through the fight without using any items at all. Boss number 2, the Phantom, is pretty much the same. In fact, he's even easier than the Stealth Snake for a low level, because if he hits, he will not one-shot you. So just get darkness and silence, and then spam physical attack until he goes down. I mean, there's nothing else you could do with your starting characters, those are the only skills they have, so it's not hard to work out that strategy. The fire caves are a little more difficult in this version because the healing crystal outside is gone, as is the one halfway up the mountain, with the change to the Save Everywhere system. So the only healing crystal available is this one at the far end of the cave. Still, it's fairly easy to get through, by the same tactic of escaping from every encounter and accepting the small amounts of damage you get. Now, I have decided to level Lyanna up to level 2 because the Craig and Brianna fight is pretty difficult as it is, and I had a few attempts at initial levels and wasn't liking it very much. I'm sure it's possible, but this gives me slightly better chances. So, preparations for the fight. Both of them have HP plus 5%, which they start with, Strength plus 5. One of those was found in a chest in the first dungeon, the other one is gotten from an NPC in Carolyn. Both have evasion boost, which I bought. In terms of items, while levelling up, one of the battles was a cave snake, which drops a potion. Unfortunately, it's not possible to buy Phoenix Tears at this point. You're limited to the ones you start with and chests. And that's a great pity because those are the only really useful item for this fight. It comes down to a damage race with a fair amount of luck. Because Brianna, when she gets to low HP, is capable of casting Cure. The only way to deal with that is Silence Attack, but she does have medium resistance to silence, so it will not always work. She's already silenced, so I don't need to do that. So anytime you lose a party member, restore them immediately. Now, one possibility is to use Dark Attack on Craig to make him less of a threat. Don't bother using Dark Attack on Brianna, she's immune to it. This one's going well enough that I feel I can afford a scan. Okay, she starts with nearly 1000 HP, but I've got a fair chunk off. The problem is, of course, that silence will wear off, and as soon as it wears off, she can take off her silence. I can try to reapply silence, and if my silence attack keeps working, I can win the fight. The problem is, it's just a matter of chance whether silence attack works or not. I'm going to use up that potion plus because his HP was very low. Dark attack wore off, but at this point, getting Brianna's HP down is more of a priority. Especially because I knew she was going to have a move right there. Harley has a free turn now, so I'm going to give Lyanna a licker, because I want to maximise my opportunities to cast Silence Attack. Because if I can't get Silence back on her, she is just going to keep curing. Okay. And she can take silence off that fast. So I'm not sure exactly which stats it is that go up when Lyanna levels from level 1 to level 2, but it certainly seems to have made a big difference to how much chance I have in this fight. Okay, HP 45. If I hit her, she goes down, and now it's just down to Craig, so we can do this. Definitely going to revive Harley so he can keep curing us. Harley's HP is lowest at the moment. Good thing I did that. And try to put Dark Attack on him. Now that Brianna is no longer around to take the Darkness status off, we should just be able to keep attacking until he goes down. So this is actually my... Oh, he starts with 1200 HP, so a little bit higher than Brianna. But the second phase of this fight isn't as bad because it's only him to deal with and we can keep the Darkness status on him. This is actually my very first attempt at this fight after making the decision to level Liana up, so that's made a huge difference. Don't worry about Harley's MP in this fight. If you're successful at all, then you'll end it before he comes near running out. Okay, I'm even going to physically attack with Harley because I can't see anything else useful to do on that turn. So as soon as Darkness wears off, try to reapply it. But it's not as serious a problem as Brianna's Silence because even when Darkness isn't on, you're still damaging him and he doesn't have Cure. So, as I said, second phase much easier than the first. And there we are, Craig and Brianna down with Tara level 2, Liana level 2, and of course Harley at his starting level of 4. You can't have him at any other level for this fight. The Meganom is a real problem for a low-level game because the Craig and Brianna battle is bound to use up some of your initial supply of Phoenix Tears, and at this point in the game there is no way to get any more. You're going to get to level 3 anyway from the forced battles with non-plants, but I certainly wouldn't attempt this below level 4 when your physical attackers can take out a non-plant in 3 hits. I've also gone back to Carolyn to get HP plus 5% for Harley and to stock up on Illuminums and Antidotes. You need to get the Darkness status off as quickly as possible so you can get to doing damage because all of these enemies have Drain. And it can lead off with Darkness. That's really, I should reset if it uses Smoke Screen this early in the fight. But we'll keep trying. One non-plant down. Harley, of course, doesn't matter whether he has Darkness or not. And there we are. Both down, only the Meganom is left to deal with. It has just short of 2000 HP. And I'm dealing 90-ish per hit, so you can work out for yourself how many hits it's likely to take. Fortunately, I could see from the turn order that in that case taking off Darkness was more or less a free turn. On this turn I'll use Harley's turn to Cure. Okay, this is going fairly well, but all my characters are at low HP, so I just hope that it's not going to be too nasty. Also, I have not had a turn to scan, so I really can't see how I'm doing in terms of its HP. And Leanna's down to only 2. This is not very good. I'll take poison off, and I used up 1 potion plus in the Craig and Brianna battle, but you do get another one just afterwards, so... Okay, got a turn that I can use to heal up. And now it's started using Drain. The Drain attack actually hurts Tara for more than the stated value of HP I just noticed. And I only have 2 Phoenix Tears left, so it's really going to be touch and go whether I can do this at all. Why am I going to item? I want to use Cure. Rain Dance just seems to heal itself. Didn't do anything to my characters. Youch. Oh, I'm going to scan. I don't care at this point. 600 left. It's possible I can win this from here, especially if it casts poison, which is the least dangerous thing it can do. Rain Dance heals it for a lot, which is annoying but not dangerous to my characters, so I have some turns I can use for damage. Darkness. Why does it have to be darkness? Leanna's going next after Harley, so get it off her first. And this wouldn't take it out in 1 hit even if I attack, so use that turn for getting rid of darkness. I'm feeling I can do this. I am close. It's down to... well, it was down to 110, but yes, I've got 3 turns I can use to attack. Now it all depends on whether this next attack hits. Got it! Level 4 party, Meganom defeated. And that gains us access to Nyata, and it's a long time since I did the early part of the game. Just waiting for Harley to walk off. We will get him back. What I don't remember, is what exactly we can get in the shops here. Yes, this is the first place in the game where we can buy Phoenix Tears. That will be very helpful for what's coming ahead. As for abilities, none of these are important enough to be worth spending money on for this kind of run. Everyone has the HP plus 5%, of course, and that is the most important one. This has nothing directly to do with the low-level run, but since I'm here, I decided to make a separate save and grind for a bit, so that I could find out what the first cloaked merchant in the game has to offer. He's just over here, and he asks for 7,500. And we get alchemy. I thought that was going to be the case because Nepster had mentioned it on the forum, but I wanted to find out for myself. So, alchemy. Not really worth it for a low-level run because potions are not a good idea anyway. They're just outclassed by Harley's Cure. And in any case, by the time I was able to afford that, I'd got all the way up to level 9, because at this point in the game you do not have stealing, so it's impossible to grind for money without gaining levels as well. So I'm going to leave that there and go back to my other save. And another thing of interest, while I was playing through the game, when we first met Alicia, I said, oh, she looks just like that woman outside the woods in Yatta. Well, here is that woman, and we can see that is Alicia's face. So I don't know whether it's actually meant to be her or just someone who looks like her, but here she is. So Amanda joins the party at level 7. Getting through the forest is pretty annoying because if you run into a party of roaches, you're going to lose some HP no matter what. You do get a full refill at the point where you run into the tutorial battle for elemental magic. Anyway, I'm going to have a look at the spirit boss, but I think I'm underleveled for it. Nor do I remember very much about it, except that it has a very annoying drain attack, and that Amanda should use fire. Well, I didn't have to remember that because she said so just before the battle. Yes, let's scan. Okay, 3,000 HP, and my physical attack is doing less than 100. And Asuna doesn't work on slow. Something else I should have remembered, but didn't. There goes its drain spam. 240, and I can't even hurt it that much in one round. How much damage does Cure actually do to it? Okay, a fair amount, but really I should be using Harley to cure my party members. And of course, because I have been avoiding battles, I've also not been able to buy any more Phoenix Tears. On the assumption that I lose this round, I will do a bit of levelling, and that will give me the resources to buy some more of those. So I've got it down to about half of its original HP, and as you can see, I'm going to need to do a lot better than this to have a chance in the fight. So I found out that once Amanda joins the party, she won't let you leave the forest until you've rescued Maena. So you cannot go back into town to buy Phoenix Tears, even though there is a chest in the forest with money. So I've looted all the chests in the forest, got Potion Plus, Elixir, 3 hourglasses, and Tara's weapon upgrade. And to be honest, I think it should be possible to do the fight at this level. Give Amanda Spirit and Ice Resist. The thing is that it will just take a lot of luck because you have to hope that the Spirit doesn't spam its Drain move. If it doesn't, then you've got a chance. So, on one of the girls' turns, throw the Potion Plus, because that does more damage than their physical attack. Anytime Harley or Amanda gets slowed, take it off. If Tara or Leanna gets slowed, don't bother, it doesn't matter. When Harley has a turn free, use Cure on the Spirit. That's about all you can do. Don't bother with Dart Attack or Silence Attack, it's immune to both. And of course, when party members start taking damage, Harley needs to heal. And there it goes with its Drain spam. That is the most annoying thing about this fight. And at low levels, it basically comes down to luck. If it uses Drain a lot, you really can't win. I actually had a test run in which I won the fight because it, for some reason, chose not to use Drain at all. Okay, I'm just going to use this turn to throw Amanda an Elixir so as to free up Harley's turn for another Cure, which does more damage than their physical. Small optimization, but it could make a difference. Okay, here we go with the Drain spamming. And that's my last hourglass. At this point, I'm not even going to bother healing Leanna. I don't actually have a... Oh, I do have one Phoenix Tears. Okay, so if it kills Leanna, then just accept that and throw her a Phoenix Tears next turn. But I don't need to, because I won. So that was a pretty lucky battle, but it is indeed possible to win with a level 4 party plus level 7 Amanda. The next dungeon has 4 buttons that must be activated, each of which gives you a fight against elemental aligned enemies. And then at the end, when you step on that hexagram, you get a fight against the 4 elemental enemies together. Now, of the 4, Fire Souls explode without giving you experience. But the other 3 all give unavoidable experience, so Tara, Leanna and Harley have all leveled up. And it's absolutely essential to go back to the save point to recover MP before starting this fight, because it is almost entirely a fight about magic. You can try silence attack. Oh, and it works, but it can take silence off. And it has a strong resistance to silence, not immunity. And Amanda should just not attack until it does an elemental attack and you learn what element it's currently using. Of course, the problem with that is sometimes it will do physical attacks and you just have to wait. Actually, in that case, I'll use a potion because I don't want to use up MP. This is likely to be a fairly long, drawn-out fight at low levels. So it used thunder, Amanda should use water. And when she gets the element right, she can take off about 200 at a time. By contrast, the girl's physical attacks can barely touch it. Okay, it realigned, but it's still using thunder. Interesting choice. Leanna's hurting, so I'll throw her a potion. And I'm glad I did. Okay, it's using ice now. That means I reply with fire. And we're about halfway down. Sorry for the lack of commentary, but there really isn't very much to say about this fight. Once you know what to do, it's just a matter of inputting and watching everyone's HP and to make sure that you have time to react if someone gets low. Like now, I can't attack it for a while, so let's just throw Amanda And that was a bad choice. I should have used Amanda's turns to use potions and getting that little bit more damage with the girls. Well, with Tara and Liana. I suppose I can call them the girls because Amanda is a woman rather than a girl. Really, how long are you going to keep on using physicals? Don't have that many potions left. Okay, Thunder. It's below 1,000. Harley's MP is almost out and I have nothing that will replenish it. No liquors, no elixirs. However, the fight is close to over. Sorry if I scrolled past that screen too quickly for you to see it. It's down to about 200. So one more cast should get it, and I didn't... there we are. Didn't heal Harley in time, but that's fine. It's only 5 AP, and I don't really care that much about AP in this kind of run. Now that we have Amanda in our party, it's time to take on the Eradicator. This fight is actually available as soon as you've defeated Craig and Brianna, but in a low-level game it's simply not possible to do that early because of the lack of Phoenix Tears. Now, it might be possible in Yatta after you've got Harley back, but before you recruit Amanda. But again, it would be difficult at that point to get enough Phoenix Tears for it, because I needed to get a lot of the things from the forest to sell, and I bought 15 Phoenix Tears for the fight. The small rats go down very easily. I was lucky that Amanda survived, because normally every single attack will take out one party member and you have to revive them. Oh wow, survived with 1 HP. So as long as you bring enough Phoenix Tears to the fight, this is pretty easy. There, that's more like what I expected. I've kept the potions while selling everything else, and you will see why later on. One annoying thing about this is that, being an optional boss, it is invulnerable to scam. But the turn order thing comes in very handy for this, because I can see whether or not Harley is going to get a turn. If Harley does get a turn, then always use his turn to throw Phoenix Tears, because he's the only party member who otherwise has nothing to do in this fight. Curing is pretty much useless. It was just amazing luck that Eradicator's first 2 attacks did not kill a party member. Usually every single attack will kill. Okay, halfway through our stock of Phoenix Tears, but I'm fairly confident in winning this. There really is nothing you can do except spam physical attacks and Phoenix Tears when necessary. When Harley has a turn and no one is knocked out, you're the strongest party member because then there's a faint chance they won't die to the next attack. And when he starts using Cure on himself, then that lets you know the fight is close to over. There we go. $32 AP for everyone, and the Hyperlixir. And so we come to the main attraction of this video, the Transient Battle. Now you may remember from my main video series that this was a major roadblock for me, and I remember that it was a major roadblock the first time I played this game. I reached it with slightly below the levels I have now. I think I had 8878. And I really wanted it to be possible at that level, because I firmly believe that if you play through a role-playing game naturally, accepting whatever number of encounters you get along the way, that sets a good standard, and ideally the game should be beatable at the levels you reach without having to do any grinding, because I want bosses to feel like they're more about strategy and not just accumulating raw levels. And for nearly all of the bosses in this game, that really is true, as we've seen in my main video series. So that was one of my main motivations for doing this bonus video, to come back to this battle and see whether I could realistically beat it at lower levels, now that I have a bit more understanding of its pattern, because the Transient has a fixed attack pattern of physical attack, then pulse, then trauma, but I only worked that out part way through the battles I was fighting, when I'd already done some grinding and I was getting a feeling that I just wanted this to be over, even if that meant a little bit more grinding just so that I could feel a bit more confident going into the battle. Another reason I wanted to come back here is that Namida is considering a change. I've mentioned that he's considering making it so that later in the game you gain 5th and 6th ability slots. He's also considering starting with only 3 and going up to 4 as the first purchasable upgrade. And that would mean that for the Transient you only get 3 slots. However, there are definitely 4 things that I would like to equip if I could. Those are HP, strength for my physical users and magic for my magical users, defense and agility. I've decided that for Harley, agility is more important, so he can get in more turns to cure the others, and for the others, defense is more important. But that's just a guess. I'm not entirely confident in that assertion. Anyway, my conclusion, after having got to this point and tested my current party against the Transient, is that it really is just too difficult for this point in the game and it needs rebalancing. I think it is possible to beat it with this party, but that's not just because of good strategy, that's because of things that the player won't know at this point in the game. So you only get 4 softening sands, and each of those gives you a window in which you can damage the Transient. The only way to create more windows after your 4 softening sands are used up is to have Tara or Liana learn Breaker Attack. But if the player doesn't know that this battle is coming and has chosen to learn a different ability earlier on, then they will have to do a lot of grinding to get Breaker Attack. Another very useful ability for this battle is Amanda's Curse, which inflicts the zombie status. Not only does that allow Harley to damage it with his healing spells, it allows anyone to damage it by throwing a potion even after it resets its shields. And as far as I can tell, that is the only way to do any damage while its shields are up. And again, if the player has chosen to learn other abilities with Amanda, they would have to do a lot of grinding when they reach this point. And then there's the matter of levels. I think this is probably just about the bare minimum where the fight becomes doable. So I think the way I'm going to do this, I'm just going to go into battle and show the first battle with my current party, and then I'll cut to my successful attempt, which may or may not involve further grinding. We'll see. So there's quite a lot of luck in this, and the very first piece of luck is who gets the first turn. If it's the transient, that's not very good for you. Liana has nothing better to do with her turn than use a potion. Tara is the one with Breaker Attack. And Amanda, on her first turn, her priority is to inflict Curse. Harley could use Cure on himself, but it's more economical to use that turn to damage and Amanda's next turn to give him another potion. It will now use Pulse, that's okay, it hit Tara and she has the highest HP pool. But I do need to check. Right, using an item on Amanda's turn will not let her have another turn before trauma. Sometimes it does because throwing an item is quick. Even so, I think the best thing for her to do now is Potion Harley, the other three defend, and they will survive trauma. Amanda probably won't, but she does have a chance. Okay, she survived and she has the Darkness status, which is irrelevant for her. Sometimes trauma can give really nasty status effects. Slow or silence on Harley, game over. There is no way to take slow off because I had to use all my hourglasses in the spirit fight, and they can't be bought in Yatta. Anyway, Transient's next attack will be physical, so I'm just going to leave things at the moment and hope that the physical hits either Tara or Liana and get in some damage. In fact, because two of my characters have very low HP at the moment, and because this is such a luck-dependent fight anyway, it makes a lot of sense to use Cure there. Yes, I know that. Oh, it missed. That's the bit of luck I was hoping for. Because I do have just one Hyper Elixir, and this might be the time to use it. Not on Tara's turn, of course, because she needs to Breaker Attack. But Amanda could do it. No, it's going to Pulse next, and I'll do the same thing. I'll hope that Pulse hits either Tara or Liana, and continue attacking. Excellent. So Amanda is the one who can do the least damage. So I'll use her turn to use the Hyper Elixir. This hasn't been very well planned out actually, because I should have remembered that it's going to do trauma next, and that's going to kill Harley and Amanda even from full HP. Oh no, only Harley, not Amanda. Still, that gives me some breathing room in which I can get in some more damage, and that's the first Phoenix Tears I've had to use, so it's going pretty well. Harley should now heal himself. He'll have to defend next turn he gets. Amanda will probably die from the next trauma, so yes, I noticed the pattern some time ago. So I'll use Amanda's turns to give potions to Liana so that she can survive trauma. Oh, okay, Amanda didn't even survive Pulse. Well, no point in reviving her now. Yes, I can give a potion to Liana and her have an extra turn. So, everyone defend for trauma. Harley gets Darkness. Wonderful and completely irrelevant. So, looking ahead, Amanda will have 3 turns before the next trauma. It's definitely safe to use her turn now to attack. Use Tara's to attack, Liana's to attack, and Harley to heal Liana. Okay, physical attack. Liana can't do anything right now, but can definitely give a potion to Harley. That's the same with Amanda, actually. But she should give a potion to Liana. Tara, breaker attack. Next is Pulse. Okay, can I get away with a potion? Yes. So, feed Liana a potion, everyone defends, and I should again have everyone surviving trauma. But now HP is pretty low, so I need to be careful. I also have no idea what its HP is because So I'm just going to switch Amanda to being a backup healer and have her give potions where necessary. And sometimes it can even be a good thing if that happens, because Phoenix Tears revive someone for a good chunk of health. Can I get away with attack right now? No, that's Meltdown. I looked at this page because I know that Meltdown is to the right of Weakness. So Liana can't attack, so she should be giving a potion. Give potions to Tara and Liana and have Harley use Cure on himself, I think. Oh wait, it's Tara's turn. Oh, Right, that's another problem. She can't breaker attack anymore. But I do have all 4 Softening Sands left. And now I've forgotten where in the cycle the transient is. Well, it doesn't matter. Liana would have to defend right now either way. Or maybe an item. Yeah, I could throw a potion at the transient. Okay, that was Pulse. So, Trauma next, and I can use a Phoenix Tears on this turn. And everyone, well, 3 of my party members can defend. Harley won't survive even if he defends, so he should cure. This is such a difficult battle. There's so much to think about at every moment. Okay, Amanda got slowed, and I cannot take that off. That's a real shame. But It's much better than Harley being slowed. I'm halfway through my stock of Phoenix Tears. And Amanda's not going to get another turn for a while. Okay, at this point, just use Amanda's turn to attack. Don't bother defending with her. It would be good if she dies and gets revived, and then she won't be slowed anymore. Wow, it's really going to do its pulse and trauma that close together. Then just about the only thing I can do is cure Tara, and she will at least get a turn to defend. Oh, so will Rihanna if I use a potion on her, then she won't survive even if she defends. I was kind of hoping that would finish it off, but no such luck. So this time Tara will be the only one surviving, and I've really got to hope that I can get everyone else into action again quickly enough. Well, I've revived them all at least, and Liana wasn't knocked out. But this is the point where I really wish that I had a second Hyper Elixir. Of course, it is only possible to get one at this point in the game. Can't break or attack. Softening Sand. Oh dear. Well, that means she's not going to survive this trauma. Amanda might survive if she defends. Oh, poison, that's horrible. Fortunately, Harley was just able to take it off before it killed her. Last Phoenix Tears. And it's down. I did it. Well, as you can see, that is an extremely hard fight at low levels, but it is just about doable. So to recap, this is the party that defeated the Transient. Everyone's level 8 except Amanda, who's level 9. Everyone has HP plus 5%, the physical users have strength, the magical users have magic plus 5. Everyone has defense plus 5 except Harley, who has agility. And Tara had learned Breaker Attack and Amanda had learned Curse, and those came in very handy. Without those, I don't think I could have done it. But that is how to beat Transient at these levels. Thank you for watching, and I will probably be continuing the main series pretty soon because I've heard from Namida that an update is on its way. So I'll see you then.